together again live. And today I'm going to talk about the Brazilian clave, the Brazilian samba. I'm going to teach you a very, very cool way to play Brazilian music that is not your simple just, samba little clave that you learn other places. I'm gonna teach you something very cool. And what I'm gonna show you to you is this: is a most of the samba claves they actually happen with a beat inversion, because you have this ta ta ta, and then you put the same figure syncopated ta 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 ta. And then as we learn to do that, we're going to add what I call the double stroke technique, which is a technique that I've taught in the Secrets of Brazilian Guitar course. And this technique, let me cut the sound off here from the cell phone. This technique is very useful because it gets you to do things that sound difficult, but they're really not. So the technique is this. Here we go. Today I'm at some other place, and I guess I hope it still works for you guys. All right. So here we go. The samba groove is like this. Pa, pa, pa. I'm going to use an A minor chord, A minor 11 chord here, okay? So you got the 7, the 3rd, and the 11th right there. That's the chord I'm going to use today for the examples. Let me close this. I have too much sun on me. All right, this is much better. So I'm going to use an A minor 11 to show you the idea. And the beginning of the clave is this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and pa 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 pa. So you notice you have straight 8 notes, ta ta ta. That's straight, and then you have syncopated ta 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 ta. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the bass along with this, and you're gonna have this. Pa 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 pa. And the next step, which I'm going to explain to you slowly later, but I'm just going to show you now, is putting the double stroke technique. The double stroke technique consists in doing this: separating finger 1 from fingers 2 and 3, like this. In the case here, I'm hitting finger 1 on the 4th string, the D string, and fingers 2 and 3 on the G and B string. So I got this. Tune the guitar. So I got this. That's the double stroke technique there. I got finger 1 here, and then fingers 2 and 3 on. Guys, tell me if this sound is better for you, if you can hear me better, or the way it was before. So here is the double stroke technique. Okay. And now this is how the groove is going to be. A little faster. Good afternoon, guys. All right, better, maestro. Sound is perfect. Thank you, guys. Hey, Laurie, what's up? Okay. So yeah. So let's learn that. Hey, what's up? What's up, flute gamer Souza Lima? Okay. So did you guys catch this idea? This is a samba groove, a very intricate samba groove, because usually you learn this ta 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 ta. But we're gonna make it more intricate by using the double stroke technique. So the first half of it is this. Do this with me. It starts with fingers 2 and 3 and the thumb like this, and then you respond with finger 1 like this. At your house, pick up your guitar and do this. Okay, that's the first part. It's the easy part, because these high fingers here, they're counting for the straight 8s. Ta ta ta. That's a straight 8th note. Ta ta ta. So you do pa pa pa, but you respond with finger 1 in between. Ta ta ta. Again. Ta ta ta. Figueira, um abração também. Um abração pra você. So you got this. Ta, ta, ta. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ta. So you got that, right? Now we're going to do the same thing with the syncopation. The same exact thing here is going to be inverted now. Ta, 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 ta. Now how do we invert this? The best way to explain this inversion is this. If you do ta 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 ta, and then you wait on the last note, ta 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 ta. Okay, you wait for just two sixteenths, because each one of these lasts for 1/16. Like you have ta 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 ta. This is 16th notes. Ta 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 ta. And now you wait here. Ta 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 ta. You wait for 2/16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And as soon as you wait for that, for 2/16, then you have inverted the sequence. And now you restart with your finger 1. And now finger 1 is going to follow the downbeat. So that's going to be interesting. This thing is going on and out of focus. Is this bothering you guys at all? Or is this working? So you got that. Ta, 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 ta. 1, 2. 1, 2. See, you wait on this note and count for 2/16 so that you create an inversion of the idea. What was happening like this becomes inverted around. So you have this ta 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 ta. So you got this ta 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 ta. And the bass has to always be giving the downbeat. The bass is your guide. It's always giving the beat. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and ta 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 and then in the end it becomes really cool. Next step is to do it faster, and the other step is to alternate between the tonic and fifth. 1 5 1 5, and you get this. Notice the straight versus the syncopated. You got straight, syncopated, straight, syncopated, straight, syncopated. That relationship between straight eighth notes and syncopated eighth notes is at the core of Brazilian music. This happens all the time. The most important aspect of Brazilian music for you to be able to execute it is understanding syncopation. And you have to be able to really put that into your brain, like you don't have to think about it anymore. It becomes a feeling. Felipe, pode repetir o que é o assunto de hoje para quem entrou depois? Guys, for those of you who just entered the live, this the subject of this live is doing a more complex, more advanced Brazilian samba groove, okay? We're going to do a Brazilian samba clave using the double stroke technique, okay? So the double stroke technique, again, consists in separating fingers 1 and 2 and 3, going like this, and having this effect. And then we apply that over a samba clave. So the samba clave, the simplest one we have is ta 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 ta. So I'm having you do that using the double stroke technique, which is this. You could play 80 songs like that. You could put this into a song and it's gonna sound awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. So you use it as a tool anytime you can throw that in there, and it sounds really organic. So are you guys following this? Is this making sense? Do you guys want me to repeat that explanation real quick? Please talk to me, y'all, if this is being helpful at all. Okay. Can you slow the clave without the double stroke as well? Sure. Sir, can you explain tangos a little bit? I know it's another lesson, but please. You're talking about tango flamenco? Flamenco? That would be something very different. Also, which is the chord? Okay. I'm using A minor 11. That's A minor 11. You got the bass on A. You have this minor 7th, the minor 3rd, the 11th or 4th, and the 5th on the open string. This is an A minor 11, okay? So let's start this again from the beginning. Just the clave without the double stroke. Simply the clave. Mr. Metacoustician. Unfortunately, this live is going to be about Brazilian music today. I can maybe make a live on tangos next time for showing you the tangos and the techniques applied, which are very, very different. Tangos is something like this. That's tangos flamenco. This is a whole other planet, and it's not really the subject for today. But I'm sure you can find some tutorials out there. But today we're focusing on doing Brazilian groove. And the reason for that is because we are reopening the Brazilian Secrets of Brazilian Guitar course in February 17th. We're going to open a new group of students. So I'm kind of warming you guys up to what's coming. And this is a Brazilian clave with the double stroke technique. So let's go back to the lesson here. The clave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ba 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 ba. The very first thing is you need to be able to sing that. Even put the guitar down and make sure you can do this. Ba 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 ba. After that, you put it on the guitar. It's just the fingers, no bass yet. 1, 2, 3, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and da 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 da. This is straight and syncopated. Ba, straight, ba ba ba, and syncopated. If any of you have any problem with syncopation, let me know and I explain syncopation. I'll go even back further to explain for you the basics of syncopation. But if I don't get that message, I'm just going to keep going. So again, you have da 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 da. That's the basic clave. Now we're going to apply the bass straight, giving the downbeats on the head, on the downbeats. Da 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 da. A proof that you're doing this right is that on the first set of 8 notes, the ones that are straight, ba, 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 the bass happens together. Ba, ba, ba. Right there, I'm playing the bass and the chord together. Ba, ba, ba. That's how you know you're playing it right. And then when it goes to the syncopated part, the bass does not match the fingers. The bass is separated because the bass is on the downbeat, and the syncopated never gets the downbeat. They work like this, like pistons on a car. So you have the bass doing the downbeats and the chords on syncopated beats. So here's the syncopated part. Da, da, da. See? Never matches the bass. So again, let's do the clave with the bass. Straight 16th, syncopated, straight 8ths, syncopated 8ths. Here's the straight, da, 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 syncopated. Straight, syncopated. This note right there is an anticipation of the straight. Ba, ba. It's an anticipation. Da, 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 da. Is this being useful, guys? Are you guys being able to follow what I'm saying? I just want to make sure this is useful. Mr. Metacoustician, sure, man. I'll be glad to provide that information maybe on the next live. The focus right now is the Brazilian music, but I'm glad you are here. JP Marino. All right, Narino. Where are you from, JP? Let me know. Awesome explanation. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Feel free to ask any questions, okay? You guys all feel free. This time is for you, all right? So again, Colombia. Hey, that's cool. So you are Latin American. You are too fast. Okay. So I'm gonna explain slower the clave, the Brazilian samba clave. This is one of them. Okay. There can be many, but the one I'm suggesting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and ta 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 ta. Follow? Ta 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 ta. If you can do this today, I'm already happy with you. If you can play the eighth notes and then the syncopated eighth notes right after, that's already great. Pa 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 pa. One way that I teach syncopation to get you doing it right is using my voice on the downbeat like this. Pa pa. I do for the downbeat like this. Ba ba ba. That's how you practice syncopation. Here's the straight eighth. Pa pa pa, and the syncopated eighth is ba ba ba. Does that make sense, guys? Straight eighth. Pa pa pa. Syncopated. Ba ba ba. So you apply that to the guitar. Pa 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 pa. Once you get this good, have you guys gotten that right? Let's apply the double stroke technique now, which is doing this. Sir, can we apply this rhythm to flamenco too? I mean the Brazilian samba? I would not think so. No, you cannot. Because the essence of both of these kinds of music are the rhythm. The essence of Brazilian music is not the harmony, nor the technique or anything, is the rhythm. And the essence of flamenco is also the rhythm. Actually, many times their harmonies even match. You have the same harmonic background, which is 18th century music, where you have the harmonized scale, Phrygian cadence, perfect authentic cadence. This is what builds harmonically the styles of both Brazilian music as well as flamenco. But you cannot play Brazilian samba into flamenco and still be flamenco. If you play Brazilian samba, then you're playing Brazilian music. You cannot make that crossover. You know, so if you're doing this ta 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 ta, essentially you're playing Brazilian music. So now let's apply the double stroke technique. I'll be really happy if you guys tell me that you were able to pull this off at home. I'll be really happy. I really want to help you guys out. So here it is. What is the guitar? Yeah, this guitar has 7 strings. It's a Brazilian guitar. So here we go. Effect you should get a little faster. I'm going to make it groove a little more so you guys can feel the effect and you can get excited about learning this. That's the idea, and then you can add a progression to it. We can do this over the chorus of Incompatibilidade de Gênios. That could work. Exercise, a really good hand workout here, doing this and trying to keep a steady hand position. Your hand has to be firm, very firm, and this firmness comes from leaning on here, finding a relaxed position. This needs to be a relaxed position right here where you feel the weight of the arm, and then you're leaning right here, as a reference point to the guitar. And then you should only move your fingers and not let the stress of the string, when you play a string, move your hand. Your hand needs to stay still. So this becomes a very good exercise for hand firmness and technique overall. Sorry about that. Yes, so that's the idea. I'm sorry if my execution was not 100% there, but I think you can get the idea of the straight eights and the syncopated eights. Ta 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 ta. You can get that idea, and then you apply the double stroke technique. So that's very important. Guys, give me just one short second. Zele. All right. So guys, I want to use the remaining time to help you out with anything you'd like. Please send me over a question about whatever subject. It may be bass lines, harmony, finger technique, melodies, repertoire. And I'm going to go ahead and invite you to be part of a 3-day course that I'm going to teach totally free between February 17th to 19th. It's going to be 3 consecutive lives every day where we're going to get a lot of information. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, but had a little emergency. So guys, send me over a question, please. So let's use this remaining time to address anything you guys. You explained it so well, sir. I liked it so much. Sure, absolutely. Do you have the exact time of the lives? We do have our digital producer who's out watching this with us, and let's pass on that question to him. Or stay tuned to the channel, as that is going to... okay, he just answered. You can register for the Brazilian Guitar Week on the link above. So the Brazilian Guitar Week is going to happen on February 17th, 18th, and 19th. 3 totally free lessons for you guys where I'm going to go deep into Brazilian rhythm and harmony and technique for the guitar. This is like world guitar, or or Brazilian jazz. It's all the same stuff, but I'm going to explain in detail all the techniques that are used. So February 17th through 19th. But let's talk about this very technique we're just addressing here. Did you guys understand it? Does it feel useful to you? Where is the link? I believe the link is up above on the beginning of the text of the. Or I'll ask our production here to send the link over again. Emerson, please send us the link here. Okay, let's keep talking about that. Did you guys get this? What I was doing here at a few moments is doing a half step. This is very cool effect, either from down below, like that, or from above. That's the link for the Brazilian Guitar Week. Guys, feel free to sign up. Free lessons, guys. Where can you get that? Free lessons. 3 days consecutive free lessons. So sign up and come on in with us. A great lesson. Thank you so much. It's the 7-string tune to A or B. I particularly like to use it on B because it keeps the nature of the intervals of the guitar, which are disposed in perfect fourths. You have your perfect fourth between D and G, perfect fourth between A and D, perfect fourth between E and A, And then if you put it on B, you also have a perfect fourth, which allows you, for example, to keep patterns of 3 notes per string. You can keep them going like this, A minor. See? You get one more string in there. So that's why this is so good. The 7th string disposed in fourths, it allows you to keep the same pattern that the guitar is built upon, which is pattern of consecutive fourths. Yes? Okay. Any other question, guys? I usually charge between $50 to $70 per lesson, but you guys have free lesson right here, so make use of it. What tuning is that? This is regular tuning, just regular guitar tuning. The tuning of the 7th is on B, okay? Let me see if I can play a tune for you guys, since you guys are all here and I'm not getting enough questions here. Send me some questions about technique or harmony or whatever, or make sure and go to the link above and sign up for our free Guitar Week. Could you please show us some Partido Alto? Sure, I'll give you some Partido Alto. How about B minor? Let's do Partido Alto in B minor. So that's Partido Alto, and that's one of the trickiest rhythms in Brazilian music, because it uses the idea of the straight eighths versus syncopated eighths on the bass. So exactly the same thing that was happening in that rhythm before, where you had the high stroke, which stands for the tambourine. The tambourine is the Brazilian percussion. It goes tak 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 tak. That exact same thing happens now on the bass. You got da bing dum bum bing da bum bum bing ga dum 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 da 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 ga da 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 ga da 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 da. So the key for this is you really have to learn how to syncopate without thinking. You have to practice syncopation to the point where it becomes second nature to you, and then you bring that onto the bass. And the cool thing right here is that you can even do this. Now let's go for the challenge of this lesson. This is going to be the best part. I'm going to do the double stroke technique over the Partido Alto. And this is actually a challenge even for me, but there it is. I'm doing this continuously. Over the B minor 9. This is a B minor 9. Double stroke technique. For those who came in late, double stroke technique, it goes like this. And I'm doing it continuously. And now I apply the Partido Alto pattern on the bass. very challenging exercise, but very good for your rhythmic health. Let's see here, the last questions. Amazing fingerworks. I want to go to that when I grow up as a guitarist. Great to see. Too bad I'm not at that level yet. Awesome lesson. Thanks. Sign up for the free course. New to this. What should I focus to build technique? Rob, about building technique, anything you play is building technique, as long as you're doing it correctly. And what I mean by doing it correctly is you always have to see if you're operating in a modus of movement economy. So you should always be making the smallest movements. You should have your hand at a position that is going to access all the strings with the least movement. If you're doing something that you have to move your hand too much, then this is wrong technique. So here in this situation, I have my hand laid down in a way that the strings are very easily accessible right there, and that's good technique. Small movements. That's why it's important sometimes to use a mirror, because when we're practicing, the mirror lets you see if you're doing big movements or not, because your mind tends to trick you sometimes. You think you're doing the perfect movement, but you don't know that until you see your own image in the mirror and you see that some fingers are lifting a lot more than needed. I was actually talking to a friend of mine who's my bass player in my trio, talking about technique, and he said that the time he saw him playing in the mirror, he saw that his fingers were lifting up a lot. And that's why when he tried to play fast, his hand sometimes would freeze up or would tense up and hurt. It's because it was too much moving. You have to do micro movements like this. If you're going to do, like, say, Brasileirinho. So you have to do a small movement. If you play like this, then your technique is not gonna flow, you know. So that's how you build technique, is you make sure that whatever you play, whatever tune you play, doesn't matter what tune it is, you are operating with the right technique. So you're programming your brain with the right technique. Technique is nothing but programming. You know, you have to program correctly, not program wrong or send your brain mixed signals. Otherwise, if you do that, you're not programming anything. Okay. All right. Let me check out the other questions here. Great to see. Too bad I'm not at that level. Bo Patterson, brother, you can make it, brother. Everybody starts somewhere. Amazing fingerworks. I want to do that when I grow up as a guitarist. Small screen. I didn't notice the 7th string. Could you recommend any books? It's Armando Lopes. Where one can find further advanced their studies in Brazilian rhythm. Good question. Yes, I could recommend a book. I have a friend in Rio de Janeiro, and his name is Zé Paulo Becker. Zé Paulo is a great guitarist and composer from Brazil, and he wrote a book on Brazilian rhythms. And tell him that Felipe Coelho sent you there, and go check out his book. Now, I personally, I don't really believe in learning grooves and, you know, from written music. I think that has to be something that you have to listen more than. Of course, it can help you looking at a page, but much more than that is trying to emulate from videos and from listening great players. I think the listening and the video component is stronger than the page. But check out Zé Paulo Becker's book. Can you teach us some on? Can you show some on 6th string? Yes, small moves. Master Music, what exactly do you want me to show you on a 6th string? The same rhythm? Tell me what you want to see. Rob Fay, obrigado, sure. What is the chord progression? How you thought about it? 2-5, it sounds so cool and so Brazilian. That chord progression is a chord progression from the tune from João Bosco. It's called Incompatibilidade de Gênios. That's the progression that I was just playing. This tune is one of the tunes that is available on the 11 songs repertoire available on the course Secrets of Brazilian Guitar, which is available at Udemy. I'm going to ask our producer here to post the link from Udemy here at the chat window. And this song is fully analyzed, and you learn a arrangement from the course. Zé Paulo Becker, violão brasileiro. It's not that one. It's not that one. Zé Paulo Becker, violão brasileiro, 40 peças. That's not the one. It's one on rhythms. Zé Paulo Becker, Brazilian rhythms. Okay, same rhythm. Master music. Here we go. Do you want to do the same rhythm? You mean the partido alto or the samba clave? Great, thank you so much. Muito obrigado. All right, I'm going to do the partido alto on only 6 strings. I'm going to do just a progression here. B minor and E minor. This is just a 1st degree minor going to a 4th degree minor. Okay, so here we go. It is sorry. What I'm doing for the partido alto is I'm using a pattern that's always 5-7-1. That's how I think partido alto is always going 5-7-1, 5-7-1, 5-7-1. Back to B, 5-7-1, 5-7-1. And then here I'm using a progression. I just made this up. This is like a minor blues progression. You go to the 6th degree and to the 5. And on the 6th, I go 5-7-1. But if you don't have a 7th string, you can go 6-7-1. You can go. And then the next one is the F sharp. Again, if you don't have a 7th string to go 5-7-1, you can go chromatically. I like the chromatic one. And as much as you can, try to throw in a double stroke. Challenge, but very interesting exercise. You guys are coming up with some good questions here, guys. Thank you for your participation. Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay, we just got the link here from the Brazilian guitar course if you guys want to check it out. The Incompatibilidade de Gênios, the progression I was just playing, is fully analyzed and explained along with a melody. And analyze the arrangement of that song in the course. You guys feel free to check it out. Come on. Okay. Yes, thanks. Great. Okay. 251 chromatic sounds. Yeah. Uber cool. I think you meant super cool. Okay. Is it F? What do you mean? F sharp. F sharp. Dominant chord. I'm doing F sharp going 7, major 7, tonic. That's the partido alto there. Sir, I liked all your Paco de Lucia videos and other on one also. Keep uploading, it helps me a lot. Sure, absolutely, brother. I will do that. Great lesson. Thank you, Master. Feel free to sign up to the channel. If any of you guys would like to support this channel, I'm trying to give out free lessons as much as possible, as well as arrangements and music. Please, guys, I would like to invite you to support that simply by, subscribing and watching some of the videos. The channel has a part on Brazilian arrangements, solo guitar, very cool Brazilian tunes. Then it has a section or a list on orchestral pieces. I have written 2 entire records for guitar and orchestra. And there's nothing more beautiful, there's nothing more deep and satisfying than the sensation of playing original music, original composed music in front of an orchestra that you have arranged. And I have written 2 records fully arranged pieces for guitar, and the channel has a full section on guitar pieces that I've performed, as well as some music that's not even my own. I've done Paco de Lucia's Monastério de Sal for orchestra, and I've done Clair de Lune from Claude Debussy for orchestra. So all these videos are there on the channel. I would like to invite you to support by watching it, checking it out. There's also a section on the channel on music philosophy, where I bring reflections that are very useful for one's development. And finally, there's a section on the lessons. You guys can check out the lessons. One of the greatest videos for the lessons is the one about finger technique. It has come up to nearly 120,000 views in a year. So I'm very thankful for you guys for your support watching that video. Feel free to check out. It's a 25-minute lesson on finger speed and tips on how to do fast phrasing. F sharp, okay, I did already. All right, I'll be back for more. I am a mature flamenco wannabe. That's good. Really enjoying the Paco videos myself. Keep at it. Gracias, Armando Lopez. You speak Spanish, correct? Yeah, guys. So we're approaching the end of this live. I intended for this live to be 45 minutes long. So, thank you. Okay, Masta, following on Facebook. That's great. All right, guys. We got 4 minutes for any remaining questions. Guys, please throw it at me. What would you like to talk about? I'll play a tune right here. Some phrases over 251. Topic on string tension. All right. Guys, for many years, I've played with strong tension strings. I've used, I'm from Brazil. This is Brazil. For many years, I used heavy tension strings. And it's, they do sound loud, but they require more, strength for you to press them here. And also they take a little bit of your neck, and to bend like this a little bit, and your action gets higher. So that's not too good. But I've learned after a while that the medium tension strings, not only they are technically easier because you don't have to, you can just play faster, you don't have to press as hard. But there's a theory that says that the medium tension strings may sound louder than the heavy tension because they are not pulling so excessively strongly on the neck. The heavy strings pull too much, and then that overpull tends to hinder the vibration of the top of the guitar. So I would advise medium tension strings. That's what I'm using right now. Time goes by fast whenever you're explaining something. Absolutely, I know. Netherlands, damn, you are far, far away, for sure. Amsterdam, nice. Bring me some weed, bro. Sir, can you please talk a little bit about bulerías? Mr. Metacoustician, seems like you're very much into flamenco. Yes, the bulerías is a 12-beat compas. Most of the flamenco are 12-beat compas, and you divide it by 6 and 6. The first 6 beats are usually divided in groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next 6 are divided in 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you have this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But the universal way of counting is 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You start on 12 as being 1. 12, and then the accents fall on 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10. That's the basics of bulería, is this feeling. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you got this groove here. I'm going to do this here. And just like the lap harp, which is where this whole thing started from the gypsy tradition, I'm gonna do an upbeat, always an upbeat pedal, which is how they play the lap harp. The lap harp is an instrument that you put on your lap, and you have 2 sticks that you hit the notes like this. And one stick is always doing a pedal note, while the other stick does the melody, just like Asturias, right? This comes from, this piece is doing nothing but emulating the lap harp, which is a gypsy instrument. So the bulerías does the same thing, but you can do the upbeat here. So you have this 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you change on 3. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the cierre, or the remate in flamenco language, the remate always happens on 10. And the 12 is where you restart. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are many other techniques. This is not Brazilian guitar. This live was supposed to be Brazilian guitar, but since you're asking so much, I'm going to give you a cup of tea here. Another technique from the flamenco guitar is the low golpe. This golpe right here. You stiffen your hand hard, and you hit it over this area, which gets a low hump. If you have a nice condenser mic pointed at the guitar, it should sound like a bass drum. Boom. So you use that on the bulerías to mark the compás. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, right there. That's a whole other subject. I would look into some falsetas and warm myself up before talking about bulería. And this is not a flamenco guitar. This is a Brazilian guitar, so it has a very high distance here of the string from the body of the guitar. And that is not good for you to play flamenco, because when you do golpes, like here or here, you have to have the strings very flat, close to the body of the guitar. This here is a total other kind of guitar here that I used to play jazz, tango, and samba in Brazilian music, not flamenco. For a flamenco lesson, I'll grab my flamenco guitar and I'll play a little flamenco for an hour before joining you guys. But this has been fun, guys. I'm very happy that we have more than 20 people here today with us. All right. Okay, just one more tip about bulería. Time goes too fast. Okay, it feels close, smoking as we speak. Great. Okay, just one more thing about the bulería is this, guys. Here's the thing about bulería. You don't have to always do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You only do that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 at the end when you're doing a remate, which is the end of a phrase, also what they call llamada. The llamada is what you do when you're going to do a cierre, when it's going to be a closure, like an intense peak point and a closure. That's when you apply the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because for the whole rest of the time, you can just think in 3 or 6, 8. You think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, the whole time. Always thinking 3, always. this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and only at the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, and 10. That's the cierre. That's the only point in bulería in which you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes? So, but that's a whole other planet, guys. Like I said, today's live was more supposed to be about Brazilian music, but I'm getting hit with a lot of flamenco interest here. So, all right. So I guess that's it for today, guys. We have passed the time here. Last 1, 2 is silence. Yeah. You could do silence, but only silence if it's a remate. Then you do the remate at 10, and then you come back at 12. But if you're not doing remate, then you keep going. Okay, I got asked to play a tune here, a samba tune. All right, what's a nice samba tune? How about summer samba? Let's do that one. Bossa. Yeah, guys, so thank you for being here with me, and I will see you on the next live every Friday at the same time. And please hit me with questions or comments on YouTube so that I can come up with a subject for you guys.